Alright. We got an off. Well, have to go to sleep. Goodbye. Have fun reading the remaining SCPs. Damn! We almost had it. We almost had you had actually be there for all 10. Oh well. I wish you a good night. Yeah, for the review. Alright, this is a novel without an office page. Tomato in the Mirror. They wrote The Odd Family of Martha Fern. Here we go. Up request. Ow. Up in my inside of my cheek. Well, let me check if it's in. No, I think she's not happy yet. Up request safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-2587 is contained in a submerged 30 times. Wait a minute. Seems to be an important message. Nope. Okay. It seemed important. Oh, sorry. SCP-2587 is contained in a submerged 30 times 30 times 15 meter containment chamber at marine side of 5. Due to SCP-2587's diet, ocean water is allowed to flow through SCP-2587's containment chamber for feeding purposes. All water that flows through SCP-2587's containment chamber is to be stored in a tank. This water is to be sampled and tested for any foreign material before it is allowed to return to the ocean. SCP-2587 is to undergo weekly ultrasound examination. Any changes in behavior are to be reported to the current project head. Sorry guys, let me just double check something. Okay, we're back. Due to the SCP, oh well, yeah. Any change behavior are to be reported to the current project head. Dash A8 and Dash B are kept in standard humanoid containment chambers are to undergo weekly psychological examination. SCP-2587 is an amorphous organism with a length of 20 meters and a height of 10 meters. The object is composed of human tissue with no known pattern of distribution encased in a continuous epidermis and dermis. All attempts to penetrate the dermis have been unsuccessful, but the epidermis may be damaged through conventional means. Pretty tall. It's pretty long though. 20 meters in height. As a composed of human tissue, that's gross. Undifferentiated tissue makes up approximately 8% of object's mass and is currently believed to act as insulation for protection. The remaining 20% of SCP-2587 is taken up by the object's digestive system. This system consists of multiple esophagi connected to patches of the object's skin. These patches of skin can be moved around the object to face the current and are used to gather nutrients through filter feeding and absorption of small animals. Notably, the amount of matter SCP-2587 ingests is not enough to sustain an organism of similar size. It is possible that this is due to the organism's simplicity, though the possibility of additional anomalous effects has not been ruled out. The esophagi lead into a central chamber that acts as the object's stomach. 15 chambers are connected to the stomach by additional esophagi. Each of these chambers hold an instance of Dash A. God, what the? This? What kind of a fucking thing is this? Dash A refers to 16 humans. You just along for the ride. It is called the Odd Family of Martha Fern. Okay. So is this like your home? 15-A instances are contained within the secondary chambers of SCP-2587, with -A8 having been released, see Addendum 2. -A is comprised of 10 males, -A1 through -A10, and 6 females, -A11 to -A16 of varying age. All instances are either pubescent or post-pubescent. A instances are kept in stasis and fed through an umbilical cord that draws nutrients from the stomach of SCP-2587. Oh god, it's already like a gross thing to be. I mean, the umbilical cord is of course it's normal biology, but the idea of some weird like tube, like flesh tube like thing with multiple like connections and esophaguses, and then there's an umbilical cord to like some humanoid creature in there just feeding them. No. Instances will occasionally make simple movements such as bending their limbs or clenching and unclenching their hands. As of 8th 13th 2012, -A8 is the only recovered instance. I guess it's technically been birthed from the looks of it. -B is an adult female human which is a genetic match to SCP-2587. Okay, did not expect that. DNA samples were recovered from the unusual incident unit who had -B in custody due to the involvement with the UIU case file 2008-007. -B identifies as Martha Fern, who was reported missing in 2007, was recovered shortly after by the UIU. Subject possesses multiple injuries that it claims were caused by extraterrestrial abduction. -B possesses a large wound on her abdomen which had been cauterized prior to capture. Subject also possesses multiple wounds on her thighs indicative of skin removal. Addendum 1, interview with -B. Okay, access interview B1. Interview B3, interview Dr. Avery Finch, on-site psychologist, and interviewee -B. Forward interview was conducted to acquire more details on -B claims of alien abduction. Honestly, I would not even like call that a lie. with that fucking tube thing in the water, I would not call it, I would say she definitely got abducted, and just like Dun, they just took a banana out. Interviewer has been translated from Polish. Please, state your name for the record. Martha Fern. Could you describe what you experienced during your post-abduction? Sure. Where should I start? On the night you were abducted. Okay. So I just got home. It was about 11 o'clock at night. I get ready for bed and I go to sleep just like any other evening. When I wake up, I'm lying on something hard and flat and everything around me is dark. Could you make out any details? No. It was too dark. Do you remember anything? Yeah, I remember being in there for hours. It was like my C-section, but worse. I felt everything happening to me, but none of it hurt. I did feel something wet touch me several times. After a while, someone lit a blowtorch and I saw them. Them! Giant blue blobs with people inside. They're the ones operating on me. They cauterized their incisions, put me under, and then I woke up in the woods. Are there any other details you remember? No, that's all. Thank you, SCP-2587. That will be all. End log. Addendum 2, Incident 1. During an ultrasound examination on the 9/17/2012, one of SCP-2587's secondary chamber began moving away from the center of SCP-2587. After 3 minutes of movement, a section of SCP-2587's epidermis opened up where the chamber containing -A8 had made contact with. -A8's umbilical cord was severed, and the unconscious instance was deposited outside of SCP-2587. A diving team was sent in and the instance was recovered without incident. Post-incident examination revealed the presence of a currently unidentified blue fluid within the water that is believed to originate from SCP-2587. -A8 identifies as Adam Smith, a resident of Washington, D.C. that went missing in 2008. Aside from an Mars... oh, that's low. We're actually getting close to that one. That's not so far away. A score of 8 out of 10. Is that what it is? -A8 does not display any unusual characteristics. And here we have a footnote that says man effect and resistance scale. An interview with the subject can be found in Addendum 3. Interview with -A8. Access interview -A8. Okay, another one. Avery Finch, now with A8. Please state your name for the record. Adam Smith. Describe your experience leading up to your entry into SCP-2587. So, went to bed one night. Nothing unusual, just a normal evening. I go to sleep, and I wake up in some cell wearing a hospital gown. Could you describe the interior of the cell? Dark, really cold. Floors felt like concrete, and there was a cot in the corner that I woke up on. I waited for about 10 minutes before I hear the door open. I hear the squishing sound get close to me before I feel something wet grab my arm and pull me into the hallway. There was a bit more light out, and I managed to get a better look at the thing. Could you describe the entity? Yeah, it was a giant mass of flesh about twice my size. Clear, but with a blue tint. I could see a man in the center with his head hung. He had his arms pointed towards me, and his fist was clenched. Was there anything else in the hallway? Yeah, a bunch of people chained together. These ones wearing gowns like me. The blob puts me at the back of the line and leads us down the hall. Gets a couple more people and chains them to me. I think there were about 10 to 20 of us in total. Go on. So the thing leads us to the room and I get my first glimpse of that thing. SCP-2587. Yes. It looked different back then though. It didn't have any skin and it was a lot smaller. The blob unchains the first person in the line and shoves her into the mount. The thing grows a bit and spits out her gown after a couple of seconds. Does the same thing with everyone else. I remember getting pushed into the mount. My memory after that is fuzzy. What is the next thing you clearly remember? Surprisingly, at a couple of moments I can remember quite well. I remember being in absolute darkness, unable to breathe. I kept hearing these whispers telling me to do things. What were you told to do? Simple things. Kick, curl up, nod your head, and others like that. I was too scared to do anything. So I just stayed perfectly still. It went on for a while. And then I woke up here. You seem quite calm given your recent experiences. I guess I'm just glad to be out in one piece. Everyone else is still in there, yet I was lucky enough to escape. I must be doing something right. That's all for today. Thank you for your time. No problem. End log. Okay, so yeah, it definitely is some sort of alien abduction. It does sound like whatever that tube thing is has been extracted from Martha, and it almost sounds like the aliens don't understand how human reproduction works. It almost sounds like that. They are aware that like a woman is needed and like they grow inside the baby grows inside a woman, but instead of, you know, looking deeper into it, they took something out of Martha, grew it in size, and then placed people inside of it, and then had umbilical cords. And I'm pretty sure like the whole like kick and nodding thing is supposed to be like, oh, that's what babies do. They kick and they like move, and sometimes they like nod a little bit while inside the stomach. You know what I mean? It sounds like those aliens were trying to recreate reproduction or research reproduction, almost like just either or. And well, from the sounds of it, Adam, as he said, he had either A. He says he done something right. I think he did. I think he done something wrong, so the aliens kicked him out. I think because like he didn't, you know, move. he didn't do anything. He just stood still. The aliens were like, okay, he's useless. Let's get rid of him. That's, I think, at least my opinion. Oh, not my opinion, but my interpretation of why he is not part of the experiment anymore. That's what I think it is.